Story 1. She didn't fucking tell us they were ill. We didn't want you not to come see us. I've never posted here before, but I've been lurking for a while. I've always had issues with my mother-in-law, but this year, I'm absolutely livid. We arrived at my in-laws' house for Christmas on Saturday. It was a 4-hour drive, and we were only staying one night before heading back home. We don't visit them often because of my job. I'm an OB/GYN, so I have very few days off. We get there, and my father-in-law is nowhere to be found. This was after my kids had already hugged and kissed my MIL hello. My husband asked where FIL was. MIL, oh, we've both been feeling really sick. Vomiting and diarrhea for 2 days. He's in the bathroom. My husband, did you guys eat something bad? MIL, no, it's just that everyone at the office has been sick. I could have screamed. I was so upset I nearly burst into tears. Me, how could you do this? How could you knowingly expose us to something like this? It's Christmas. You know I work with newborns and pregnant women. MIL, well, if I had told you, you wouldn't have come to visit. My jaw dropped. My husband told her that it wasn't right and asked what if the kids got sick too. MIL, they'll be fine. And of course, guess what happens next? On Christmas Eve, I'm up all night with my kids, everyone vomiting. The entire night. I woke up this morning, and now I'm throwing up too. I'm going to have to let my partner handle my scheduled C-section tomorrow, and my kids can't enjoy Christmas because of my idiotic in-laws. I'm beyond angry. I don't even know what to do with this situation anymore. Comment 1. We aren't visiting you next Christmas because of what you did this Christmas. Comment 2. Thanks everyone for your support. I appreciate it. We do not have plans to see them in spring. But you can guarantee that next Christmas, we will not be going there. They can come here after answering a short questionnaire about their recent health. My husband sent a scathing text message saying that he cannot forgive her for putting his children and his wife at risk, and about how we will not be visiting again next year. She, of course, did a guilt trip for him to which he shut down. Comment 3. I vote that all vomiting should be done in Ziploc gallon bags and then sealed and mailed to MIL's house. Comment 4. To hell with the timeout, those people endangered dozens of others with zero concern. No further visits unless they are meeting you in a public place. Story 2. MIL visit debacle now has escalated. Last Tuesday, my father-in-law asked my husband if he had a moment to chat. My husband was at the gym, but since it was supposed to be quick, he decided to take the call. As soon as the call started, my father-in-law, mother-in-law, and sister-in-law started attacking him. They accused him of being totally unjust, not caring about them at all, and blaming everything on him. They said it was all his fault, that he was a terrible son, and they didn't even let him get a word in. Whenever he did speak, they shot him down with malice and indifference. Then, they turned their attention to me. They told him I had him whipped, that he should divorce me and could easily find someone new. They even said, if she keeps going the way she's going, she needs to be admitted into a mental institution, and that they'd done more for me than my own family ever had. Anytime my husband tried to defend me, his dad threatened to cut him off for good if he said anything in my defense or even left the conversation. Keep in mind, we're Muslim, and cutting family ties is considered a serious sin, so my husband felt immense pressure from his dad during the call. This went on for the entire hour-long workout and the 10-minute drive home. His phone died, and when he got home, he told me everything that had been said. At the time, I was 16 weeks pregnant and had been dealing with this stress for most of my pregnancy. Naturally, I freaked out, and my husband was trying to calm me down while also trying to recharge his phone. He doesn't want a divorce and doesn't think I'm crazy, but we were both shaken by how things escalated from me simply talking to his mom about her hurtful actions towards me to this full-blown attack on both of us. I called my dad to explain everything my husband had told me. My family is non-Muslim, and some things didn't fully register with my dad, but he ultimately understood. He told me that no matter what happens, I and the baby always have a home with them if things get worse. He made it clear that this was my husband's decision to make, but I should always have a place to go if necessary. My husband then called his dad back, and it was more of the same. His dad accused me of lying about things his mom had said, claiming that I was the problem and they were always doing things to hurt me, not the other way around. Then came the ultimatum. Even if they were wrong, they would never apologize. I was expected to act like nothing happened and go back to being sweet and kind towards them. I was told I had to apologize for dragging his dad into this and for being upset about the situation. If I didn't apologize within a week, I would be cut off completely and never allowed to see them again. To make matters worse, my mother-in-law started demanding that I return certain gifts she had given me and that I was banned from ever speaking to my husband's maternal aunt and grandmother again. She was hurt that I had distanced myself after her visit. Since that conversation, my anxiety has been through the roof. I can barely sleep, and when I do, it's never peaceful. My nausea and vomiting have worsened, and I've been having panic attacks due to his dad's comments about my husband leaving me and me needing a mental institution. I know my husband would never leave me, but that threat really crushed me. I'm stuck between anger and deep sadness. I never want my child to be around this kind of environment, and I'm furious that they've subjected me and my baby to so much anxiety and fear. I'm also worried about how they would treat my child, given that she's half me and not fully part of their family. My husband understands and accepts that his family will never have access to our baby while I'm directly involved. I blocked them all and told my husband that if they need to contact me, they'll have to go through him from now on. Comment 1. They are using culture and religion as an excuse to abuse you, and you're so. Nothing they are doing is in the name of family, love, or God. In fact, it goes against all of those things to treat people the way they are. It's a very sad situation and I am sorry for you, but don't you dare apologize to those people. If they want to commit the sin of cutting off family, let them. They can take it up with God later. These are bitter, hateful, controlling people. You didn't do anything wrong by asking to be treated with decency. You truly are better off. They would 100,000% treat your daughter this way. Comment on her weight, her looks, critique her every move. No child should be treated that way just because they happen to share DNA with these people. Good riddance to them. Comment 2. If they cut ties with you and your husband, you don't bear that sin, they do. You are not being disrespectful to them. They are to you and Allah knows your intentions, so take peace in that. Story 3. Help me tell ML she's not invited. Hey everyone, I'm back with the drama. At this point, it should be my catchphrase, right? Kidding. But seriously, let's get into it. So, last time we checked, MIL was blocked. About a month in, she reached out asking us to visit with her sister who was in town from California. I felt bad for her sister making the trip, so we went ahead and visited her twice. MIL was on her best behavior both times, as expected. Fast forward to now, things are on decent terms. During the no-contact period, DH and I made a tough decision to skip throwing a party for our daughter's second birthday and instead take her to Disneyland. Yes, California again. Now, ML's been begging us to take our daughter there for ages so she can meet the whole family. Like, it's such a big deal to her, and I totally get it, but at the same time, it's a bit much. It's not just a you guys need to take her type of thing. It's more like, we all need to go as a family and get together, plan something. But last time I checked, there's no we here. So yeah, we're going to Disneyland, but we're staying with family we're comfortable with and visiting the rest of the family on our own terms. Now, don't get me wrong, I like the family in California. They're actually pretty nice, and I think the trip will be great. The problem is, ML is going to lose her mind when I tell her we're going without her. She's going to feel like she wasn't even considered. And, to be blunt, she wasn't. I didn't want her there because I knew she'd try to steamroll things, especially in an environment where I have no way of standing up for myself except relying on DH, and frankly, I don't want that stress. And yes, I did plan this trip around DH's spring break, because that's when it lined up for us. It's also opposite of MIL's break, and I'm not even sorry. A little evil, maybe, but it was the only way I could get through this trip without a major meltdown from her. So, all my fellow DLs with thick skin and shiny spines, how do I break the news to her? I need to tell her soon because we leave this weekend. Appreciate any advice you've got. Thanks, friends. Comment 1. She's going to take it as the fact that she wasn't considered. If she says that, tell her, you absolutely were considered. We considered your behavior this past quarter of a year and realized if you can't handle being told to not make soup, you probably can't handle being respectful on vacation with us. But seriously, don't tell this woman in advance. She can't handle the temptation to worm her way in. She will give in. And if she says all the, I wanted, tell her back. I wanted you to give me a break around my surgery, but we don't always get what we want. I'm not paying for a vacation that you'll try to control. Comment 2. Don't mention it to her until after your trip. When she gets upset, DH can respond with, we went over my spring break, it was just the 3 of us for Elo's birthday, etc. Hopefully the fact that she wasn't invited gets the message across to her that she is not the priority of your little family. Comment 3. I wouldn't tell her anything. She's not involved in your trip, so giving her a heads up isn't appropriate. If she finds out from one of the extended family, just act confused and tell her it's just your immediate family's vacation. Comment 4. I don't see why you have to tell her at all, but if you do, tell her the day of or day before you leave. If you made it to the end of the video, thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share, and we will see you in the next video.